What is up? What is up? What is up, everyone? Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know my mic is clear. How y'all doing tonight? Let me know if y'all can hear me. The HBCU buzz is loud right now. Hey, Sue. What's going on tonight, y'all? Give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on with this thing tonight. Sound is top notch. I appreciate that. Better be much as I pay for this mic. But what's going on tonight, y'all? Y'all ready for the games tomorrow? We got a bunch of them tomorrow. Week 6 of the SWAC, actually. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking calls and stuff. Let y'all call in, talk about what y'all think of the games this weekend, what y'all think the scores are gonna be. We'll talk about the JSU versus Alabama State game. They say it's JSU homecoming in Montgomery. I thought that was funny. Everybody is talking about how sold out the game is. It's gonna be a lot of people there. It's gonna be a good showing for the SWAC tomorrow. JSU by 40, King. Y'all hear that? They're gonna try to blow them out. But I don't think Alabama State is gonna. I don't think they're gonna let Jack State do them like that. I don't believe that. I think they're gonna be extra hyped up for this game, and they're gonna try to make a statement during this game. I mean, that's what, because Jackson State is coming in with all the momentum. They're not really expecting much from Alabama State, I don't believe, and I think Alabama State might give them a couple haymakers, and then Jackson State will wake up. So I'm expecting another slow start from them, honestly. How many does the stadium seat? I think about 30K, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's about 30K, but I ain't no telling how many tickets they done sold. You know how it is. They gonna oversell. Standing room only. Swag buzz is already over. Yeah, 26,500. What's going on, Miss Gowdy? How you doing? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next video drop. Giving the people a few more minutes to come into the room. 26.5. Yep. But yeah, y'all, I'm ready to see this game tomorrow. Let's talk about the other games that's going to be on tomorrow. I know Grambling is playing. Who's Grambling playing tomorrow? Oh, Grambling is playing Alabama A&M. That's going to be a good game. Grambling versus Alabama A&M is going to be a good game. Florida A&M versus South Carolina State is going to be a good game. I'm definitely going to watch that one. Then you got Texas Southern versus UAPB. You got Southern versus Prairie View. I want to see how Southern is going to do against Prairie View. That's going to tell me a lot. You got Bethune-Cookman versus Tennessee State. I don't think too many people going to watch that one. Tennessee State hasn't been nothing to sneeze at this year. I mean, Tennessee State been looking bad this year pretty much. And Eddie George might be on the hot seat. But he shouldn't be, because he's just getting there and he's trying to get his team together. So he shouldn't be on the hot seat. But when you lose into a D2 school, that's going to put you on the hot seat. And we got Alcorn State versus Valley. That's going to be a good in-state game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good crowd if it's in Lorman. I hope Jackson State wins 77-9. Golly. If that game is 77-9, man, you know how many people going to be clowning tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. Bro, we got you. It won't be close. Grambling been looking bad as well. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at that. Grambling, I thought they was going to be looking way better. I thought they was going to be at least top 3 in the SWAC so far this season. But, yeah, they've been looking rough. They ain't earned their G yet. Then you got the G is gone from the helmet. So you got people clowning on them about that. It's just been a funny season so far in the SWAC. But I definitely think Alabama State going to give Jackson State a couple of haymakers in the first quarter. Watch what I tell y'all. I don't think it's going to be a straight up blowout like from the jump. I think Alabama State, they're going to be running on adrenaline. You know how it is. They're going to be so hyped up for the game. It's been a lot of noise talking. So I expect them to come out looking good, and then I expect Jackson State to settle down and then take over the game from there. No Slack in the SWAC podcast. I like that name. Says I got JSU 38-10 tomorrow. I think they will be a little slow getting off, but they shouldn't have a problem with them. Right. Marcus Stanley said JSU will not let up. If they get up, they'll at least put up a 60 ball. We'll see. We will see. I give Alabama State 2 field goals in the first half. That's it. Oh, so y'all don't think they're gonna score at all? There's still a lot of standing room. It will hold over 30K. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good event though, man. You know, Alabama State has a nice campus. They have a nice stadium as well. So it's gonna be a good atmosphere, a good HBCU atmosphere. I wish I could go to the game. I'll be at homecoming and Southern. I went on and got my flight and all that kind of stuff. Man, the rental cars are so high in Jackson. I don't know what they doing. I usually do Enterprise, and for a week in Jackson, that car cost like $1,000. Now I didn't get it, but that's what it quoted, and I was like, man, there's no way I'm gonna pay that much for a car. But yeah, I found other places to get a car. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the Southern game and the homecoming game. So I'm flying in that Saturday, the day of the game, and then I'm gonna stay at home all week, visit family and stuff that whole week. And I'll go to the Southern game the next weekend, and then I'll fly out that Sunday. Bro, Enterprise is the highest. Yeah, I don't know. I have a work discount with them, so I always use Enterprise. Brett Favre made the prices go. Y'all are funny, man. Y'all are funny. But all right, we got 80 people in here. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines. Let y'all call in, and we can talk about the games this weekend. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button so the stream can go out to more people. I appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, that is the number 657-390-4814. You want to call in, talk about any of the games this weekend? Call in. What you think is going to happen in the Jack State versus Alabama State game? You want to get a score prediction? You could do that as well. I got a good code with my job for Enterprise Insurance included. Oh, that's dope. That is dope. Enterprise deposit has went up too. Yeah, Enterprise is crazy, man. They crazy. And you know, one time I went to Jackson. Let me tell y'all this. I went to Jackson one time, and I have a Mississippi license, right? They told me at the airport that if you got a Mississippi license, you can't get a car because you got a Mississippi license. They stopped letting people with Mississippi licenses get a car. I did not understand it at all. And so I end up having to show that I was working out of state to ask for them to give me a car. So I had to show proof that I worked out of state for them to give me a car, even though I had an outbound flight. So I'm like, if I have an outbound flight, you know, I'm not going to be in Jackson. You know, I don't live here. So why are you giving me such a hassle with a car? So it's crazy, man. They got all these crazy rules and stuff now. Hopefully I don't run into any trouble like that when this year. Rusty said that's dumb as hell. Yeah. Cause I was like, what difference does it make? I have an outbound flight. What difference does it make where my ID is from? Didn't make sense to me. We'll be in the SIP for homecoming next week. All right now. That's dumb as hell. D I love NBA M Jake says D I love. JSU is in the building. What's going on, Israel? All right, y'all. The phone lines are open if y'all want to call in, give your thoughts on the games this weekend. 657-390-4814. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you haven't hit it yet. I appreciate y'all. We'll be in Montgomery, Mississippi tomorrow. Yeah, Jackson State fans said they're gonna take over Alabama State. They said they're about to take over. It's gonna be like a Jackson State homecoming. I thought that was crazy. Y'all are gonna show out down there. That's what I'm talking about, Jackson. When Jackson State win, Alabama State need a hug when they lose. You going live tomorrow? I might try to. I have some stuff to do with my fraternity tomorrow, so I might not have time to go live during the game. But I'll let you all know what time I get back. Yeah, so I got like a busy weekend this weekend, so it's gonna be kind of rough. That's why I came on tonight, so I can definitely chop it up with y'all before the weekend hit. Yeah, dog, we out here and I'm talking cash money. So y'all are out there in Montgomery now. How's the city? What's the vibe tonight, y'all? What's the nightlife? I wonder what the nightlife is in Montgomery. I've never been out there before. Rate the Draymond punch from 1 to 10. That was a 10. And Jordan Poole, me and Draymond could never be cool again. After that, we could never be cool. Matter of fact, if I'm Jordan Poole, somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. You know, either me or him. You ain't finna hit me like that and think we gonna be okay. You know, ain't nothing just Jordan Poole said to make you want to hit him like that. So I talk a little bit about how great HBCU Go is. Man, HBCU Go is awesome. They are doing the thing, man. They have great quality. The games look good. They just got a little things to fix, but man, they right there, man. They are right there. I would like for them to the only thing I don't like about the quality is I like when the whites look white. I don't like when the whites look dark. The white colors on the screen look dark. I like when they look white and vibrant. So if they could just turn that up a little bit, man, it'll look perfect, man. But the quality is great. The whole production setup, you know, when it's transitioning from clip to camera to camera, it's great, man. I'm glad that we have like a professional looking service for HBCUs now. I wouldn't attend JSU Bama Stank class. Facts. Every time I see him, it's on site. Yeah, man. Jordan Poole, man. Yeah. I had to be gone. I couldn't play on the team with him no more after that. Because you know they're going to joke on it. It ain't going to go away, you know, because you got knocked out. You got knocked out, and then you laid down afterwards. Looked like he had went away for a minute. Looked like he had lost consciousness for a split second. Poole got to get his lick back. Right. Yeah, because you know they're going to be playing that back. You can't even talk noise and joke with nobody after that. As soon as you say something crazy to a teammate, they're going to say, all right, now, don't make me Draymond Green you. He going to be doing stuff like that, making little jokes. No, man, he got to go. Oh, Miss Gowdy, appreciate that contribution. Thank you, Miss Gowdy. Thank you so much. She said JSU 48, ASU 7. I don't like the early kickoff games. 3 o'clock and 1 o'clock is too early. 6 o'clock and 7 p.m. is better for homecoming. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like the 3 o'clock games either, but that's what we doing now, you know. At least it's getting cooler now, so we ain't got to deal with the heat. I'm using weapons on that MF just to prove a point. Right. I would have been waiting at Green's car. Poole must grew up around white folks. Well, those athletes are kind of spoiled and coddled, you know. So some of them don't grow up around, you know, Draymond, he's from had an ex-girlfriend from this place, Saginaw, Michigan. He's from Saginaw, Michigan. So, in Saginaw, Michigan, kind of hood if y'all ain't never been out there. I went out there once with a college girlfriend, and I said never again will I come up here. It's too cold, and it's like it's pretty much like a Jackson in a cold area. But he's from there. And Jordan Poole, he's probably not from, he's probably been coddled, and you know how those athletes are, they're coddled all through their youth. So he probably have never been through nothing like that. And he probably thought it was just gonna be a little back and forth, a push and shove, and that was it. But no, Draymond had bad intentions. All right, y'all. So the phone number is on the screen. I have the phone lines open. Y'all want to call in? We could talk about the game. 657-390-4814. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed yet. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the channel. You still got to know when somebody ready to throw down. That's true. That's true. Poole from Milwaukee. Oh yeah, that's why. No, just playing. I don't know Poole's background. Poole might, I don't know his background like that, but from what it seemed like, he didn't think Draymond would do him like that. People got to realize the cost for a night game is double or triple the price for security. I think it's more about TV time, honestly. I think ESPN, they're trying to get their games on ESPN, so ESPN probably like, okay, we got this block for you, and they just have to kind of go with what ESPN is allowing them to do. Daryl Barnes, appreciate the contribution. Thank you for that. 52 likes, 130 watch, and get the likes up to 100. Yeah, let's get the likes up, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Go Hornets football. They just need to do a celebrity boxing match. I'm pretty sure they're going to fight again. If he stay on the team, if they both stay on the team, they did another fight behind the scenes, because Poole ain't going to live that down. That's the only way they're going to be able to be all right. They're going to have to do another fight behind the scenes with the whole team witnessing. And then after that, y'all go shake hands and be done with it. I want JSU and FAMU to win by 50 and Valley to pull off the upset. Man, Valley be Alcorn, that'll be something. That will be something. Homecoming is an all-day party type vibe. Late games don't have to deal with the heat of the day. Yeah, I like homecomings at night though, because you got a few hours to kick it at the tailgate. You can start the tailgate around 2:00, go around 2:00, spend 2 to 5 at the tailgate. Then you go into the game around 5, and you watch the zero quarter of the bands. Then you get the game started. It could be like an all day thing. That's why I like the night games. A lot of people don't feel like waking up early in the morning, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, getting ready for a game, getting out there to the tailgate around 12 o'clock just to have fun. Spend Matthew, I'm gonna give you Mr. Ford number. So you can call and talk to Mr. Ford. He loves some Mr. Ford. I love Mr. Ford too. I'm gonna call him tonight, make sure see if he come on. I know he called me yesterday. I was busy though. Let me call Mr. Ford now and see if he all right. Hold on, y'all. He called me yesterday. I'm calling him right now, y'all. Let's see if Mr. Ford answer the phone.
Right.
What's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hey man, how you feeling? Boy, when you doing it tonight?
Yeah, I got you on the mic right now. If people can hear you.
Hey, listen, man. You know the game at Jackson State is a sellout, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they asked the media not to that they was going to limit the media's access because there's going to be so many people there, man. But tomorrow's just so many good games. I'm looking forward to that FAMU South Carolina State game. The people got FAMU as the picked as the favorite, but I believe that I think South Carolina State's gonna give them a game. The other big game, man, is that tournament game.
Yeah.
That's between Southern.
Miss Ford, call the show.
Okay.
Call into the show.
I'll call in a minute.
All right.
I'm gonna call it.
Yep. Okay. All right, Mr. Ford. Spencer, you gonna get your wish, man. I looked out for you tonight. Spence Matthews. I'm doing some Make a Wish Foundation tonight. I made your wish come true. Spence. We bought up a lot of tickets. So what's going on with this scalping? I've been hearing like people are buying tickets now. That's a problem that we're gonna have to handle in the future because that could be an issue. You don't want people to buy a bunch of tickets, a whole bunch of tickets, and then resell them to the fans for $100 or something like that. So we got to be careful with that because that's what they do with gaming consoles, shoes, and stuff like that. They'll buy the tickets and then resell them. So I'm hoping, and then they have like these bot systems that'll buy a whole bunch of tickets and stuff at the same time. So we gotta be careful about that, and we really need to think about, we need to think about stuff like that because people be scamming nowadays, and they getting real creative with these scams. Make a wish green will have one on me. They need to have early buy only for the schools like they did with OBC. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna get around that. It's between $100 and $140. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Yeah, that's crazy. But hey, if you want to go to the game, you're gonna have to pay it. I just hope they not, illegally doing it, like having a bot system buy a whole bunch of tickets at one time and then resell them. It's already being done. They selling tickets for $100 to $150 on StubHub. Yeah, so the SWAC might want to look into that. Yeah, they might want to look into that because you don't want these people to try to take advantage of HBCUs and HBCU fans. Yes, you're gonna have their tickets at $150. Yeah, just think about it, man. Think about it. Somebody come behind the scenes and use a bot system to buy up all the Jackson State tickets and then resell them on StubHub or something like that for $100 and something. Meaning the school not getting the money, so you cheating the schools out of money. So yeah, we gotta be careful with that. They need a verification process for bulk purchases. But see, they so slick. Sonny Boom C98, they so slick with it. They use like a bot system, so it'll make it look like there's like 100 people buying tickets when actually it's one person that has this bot system that's buying a bunch of tickets at one time. All right, let me answer this call, y'all. Hold on. What's going on? Call you live. Talk to me.
Hey, this is Mr. Ford. How you doing?
Hey, Miss Ford. What's going on?
Yeah. I was hearing you talking about that. Were you talking about buying tickets from the Ticketmaster?
Yeah, they say the tickets are going for $100 or to $140 on StubHub now.
Yeah. This is Friday. We had heard the game was basically a sellout either Wednesday morning or Wednesday evening. I don't know. I don't know if that's correct, but somebody was telling me at school they thought it was a sellout by Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And that they were going to limit. They had told the people in the press that they might, limit their access because they were looking at having people, standing room only. So
Yeah.
This is a big game. But like I tell everybody, I applaud Alabama State for bringing in Jackson. 2 reasons. Number one, you bringing in the top program and the hottest program in the nation. Number two, see, when I was in college, homecoming games sometimes were championship games. But then they started going and picking these schools like this, Virginia Lynchburg and Edward Water, somebody that they could beat to death and all of that. I didn't really care for that. I like the big time games. I'll never forget my sophomore year. Let me see. It was Tennessee State invited in Florida A&M. This was 1979. Both of them were undefeated. I think it was like 55,000. That place is called Dudley Field. That's on the campus of Vanderbilt. But I used to like them kind of games. I remember one year Tennessee State invited in Grambling for their homecoming. Yeah, I love this thing which y'all have in Campbell. I think that's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big game.
I really do. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. But I think it's what you deserve. You know, they up and coming. You hot. Hey, Miss Gowdy, how you doing? Yeah, it's I love that. Like I told you, I'll never forget. Jackson State hadn't lost a game in the SWAC for about 3 years, and this was in '88 or '89. Jackson State invited Southern to Jackson. It was 55,000, and Southern broke the streak. They had a quarterback, Nate Harrison. That was his name. But what people didn't know about Nate, he was a good quarterback for Southern, but he was a better soccer player. He could have been a professional soccer player. But that was a game and a half, and the game was televised by BET. That same Charlie Neal that y'all seeing on HBCU Go was him and a guy named Lem Barney. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about HBCU Go, how good it is.
Oh, I love it, man. Listen, I told somebody, I don't know, I think I was talking to Blue. I thank God for that Byron Allen and what he's doing. I love that game with that. Listen, that was a big game. Was that last week when it was Southern? I'm sorry. It was Grambling and Prairie View at the Cotton Bowl. Was that last week?
Oh, yeah. That was last week.
Oh, I love that game, man. That was a big-time production, man.
Yeah, man.
That was a big-time production.
Finally, we got something like that. Nice quality.
Oh, yeah, I told you. I asked my wife, I said, if we got Byron Allen, do we need ESPN? She said, yeah, you need them. Because I thought that when he announced what he was going to do, man, I just thought that was the greatest thing ever.
I wish he could strike a deal with some kind of way he can strike a deal with FS1 or Fox, or CBS or somebody like that to where they can take their feed and put it on those platforms. Because a lot of our schools don't have the quality cameras that they have. So
that would be really good.
Yeah, if they could do that, take their feed and put it on a big platform like that, it would be a great look for HBCUs.
Yeah, and I'm just loving this thing. I mean, that now that's called the State Farm Classic. That game in Dallas, right?
State Fair, I think State Fair Classic.
State Fair Classic. Yeah, because that's I think that's the biggest game in FCS so far. I think they had 53,000 or 54,000.
Yeah, I know the Tennessee State game had 53. Yeah. The Tennessee State game had 53,000. Yep.
Yeah. So hey, man, that was a big game, man. And like you said, on top of that, you got that State Fair, man. Because now Texas State Fair is the largest state fair in the country, isn't it?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Isn't that the largest one in the country?
I wouldn't doubt it. How big that state is.
Yeah, I think it is. Because,
all the stuff they got
the
there.
first week, it's Grambling and Prairie View, and then tomorrow, it's Texas and Oklahoma. They play tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to be a big game for them, because that's,
that's 80,000 plus right there, man.
Red River rivalry, ain't that what they call it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Red River Classic, that's right. That's going to be big, man. See, when I was in high school, it was Earl Campbell. Before it was Earl Campbell, a guy named Roosevelt Leaks. The coach was Darryl Royals. And then Darryl Royals retired. I think it was Fred Akers. It was a guy came in from the Dallas Cowboys. I can't even think of his name. He was a position coach with the man. Those Red River games, Red River Rock. Those are big games, man.
What you think? What you think Grambling is gonna do against Alabama A&M tomorrow? They both 1-4.
Well, now listen. I thought we found a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Is it Chavez? What? I know he's from Orlando. What's that kid's
Chavez.
name? Yeah, I thought that we found a quarterback. I love the two freshman running backs. I'm still up in there about this. Is it Marcus Washington? What's that kid's name?
Yeah, is it Maurice Washington.
Maurice. When are we gonna see him? When is he gonna play?
Because let me just tell you this.
Maybe was he
That
still
run
banged
he made
up?
Yeah, but I'm saying I thought he would be ready to go by now.
Yeah, that run he made against Jackson State was great.
Man, listen, man, I thought that was an NFL run. I thought that was an NFL run, man. I thought that was some Eric Dickerson. What's that boy named Adrian Peterson? That's he hurt. Okay, I see you solo Virgo. You say he hurt. Do you know when he might be coming back, or is he out for the season? Okay, I see you. No SWAC in the SWAC part. Okay, he's injured, Miss Ford. I see you. Okay. So do you think he'll be back anytime soon, or do you think we'll get him back for the Bayou Classic, or is he out for the year? Somebody put that in the chat for me if you know anything about it, because that boy is big time, man. That kid is big time. Yeah, he runs like Eric Dixon. That's right. Oh, he says that he was supposed to be back this week. Okay. It said, Mr. Ford, which of our SWAC coaches do you see on the hot seat? The boy at Pine Bluff is definitely on the hot seat. What's his name? I think his seat is hot. I don't know if they're going to. I think they give him another year because of Andrew Body. But is it McKinney? What's the guy's name at Texas Southern? I don't think they'll fire him, but I think the seat's getting warm. Okay.
What do you think about what's the other coach name? The Bethune-Cookman coach. He ain't won one game. You think this is?
That's what I'm saying. And he got. Wait a minute now. He has Jackson State. He's bringing Jackson State to Jacksonville next week. They're going to a TIAA stadium. That's going to be televised. Yeah.
I think know what
them people right there. I think they got a little problem.
I think this FAMU versus
Spencer, you can take Spence. You can take Maynard. I think Maynard them found this stuff now. See, last year they were throwing team. That boy.
His problem is his health.
Maynard got a transfer from Michigan State. He's a running back. If he keeps himself together, get in that strength and conditioning program, he's going to get a shot at the NFL. He's wearing number 7. He ran for about 200 yards last week on Bethune-Cookman. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? I'm sorry, but I don't have his name. But that kid is special, man. Okay.
Mr. Ford.
Kara says, what
do you think about the FAMU South Carolina State game? Who you think going to get that one? It's going to be a big one.
Now, here's the thing. I think the FAMU's offense is hot. But now, let me tell you something. I go way back with Buddy Pugh. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Buddy going to have them ready. They going to, listen, you coming into Orangeburg, they're going to be ready. But I think that FAM will pull it out. This kid, the quarterback, Musa, he's hot, man. And them wide receivers that the one they call X, he wears 19, and that other one wears number 10. He transferred out of Texas. Them boys is hot, man. Now, I still disagree with Coach Simmons on how he's running that boy number 85. I feel like he should be a wing tight instead of having him out wide. He doesn't have the speed to be that far out. He needs to be a wing tight, you remember, Travis Kelce with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
He's that kind of a tight end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't think of that kid. He's from Atlanta. He's from the Atlanta area, but he's wearing number 85 for FAMU. I just think they got him split out too far. See, we always believed when I was coaching, if you're going to be split out wide, you needed to be a speedster. You need to have speed on you. If you're going to be out on the numbers, you got to be able to fly. He's not that kind of guy. He's a possession receiver. He's what I call a wing tight.
So
listen, that's Spence Matthews. Listen, whoever loses the game, they out on the west side. See, it's a tournament on the west. The tournament is Alcorn, Prairie View, Southern. Whoever wins that Southern Prairie View game, they advance. Whoever loses, they out.
I was about to talk about Alabama State. A lot of people are sleeping on them now. They are 3-2, and the only SWAC game they lost was Prairie View. They lost 25-15, and then they lost to UCLA 45-7.
They had a lot of turnovers too.
Yeah,
they had some turnovers.
So don't sleep on them, y'all. Don't sleep on them.
No, they got some players down there.
Yeah.
They got some players. What's that man's name? Ely. He was the coach they fired. He left some players. Now, he did do some recruiting. basically like his. Yeah, you're right. That's one main 3X TV. You're right. Dallas Clark type. That's what he is. Yeah, that Dallas Clark, Travis Kelce. Remember that Gates guy that was at? He was with the San Diego Chargers. That's that boy that FAMU had. They running him too wide. He needs to be a wing type. I'm sorry. SWAC. What were we talking about then?
Well, we was talking about the Alabama State team, but I was talking about FAMU versus South Carolina State. But we can go on to Texas Southern versus UAPB. UAPB is 2-3, and Texas Southern 1-4.
I'm gonna go with Texas. Now, a lot of people are complaining about that offensive coordinator at Texas Southern. I actually like him. I like him. I like that offensive coordinator at Texas Southern.
Yeah, it's just their defense. I said it's just their defense that's keeping them.
Yeah, and their defense has improved. It's gotten better, since last year. I just think that the blueprint for all of this stuff is Jackson State. I mean, hey, Deion going out and getting people like Tim Brewster. He going out and getting this guy that used to be the head coach at the Minnesota Vikings. He got the guy that was the defense coordinator for the New York Jets. That's what we got to do. Eddie Robinson at Alabama State, he got to do the same thing Deion doing. That man that's the Ross, the guy who was the president of Alabama State, will give him anything he wants. He got to go out and get top-notch coaching. It ain't about this friends and my frat and all of that. You got to get people at the top. That's what, listen, if you don't do that, Deion is going to beat your brains out. Right. You got to go get the top-notch people. Like I was telling some people this week, listen, we got to go get Marvin Lewis, bring him to the SWAC. If we can bring Herm Edwards, bring him to the SWAC. If we can get Ray Lewis, bring him to the SWAC. We got to have those kinds of minds. It ain't about your friends and I know his aunt and all that mess no more.
Right. Someone asked.
Yeah, we got to go get top-notch people.
Someone asked about the 5 stars coming to the Jackson State, Alabama State game. Somebody was trying to argue with me on Twitter that, why are they going to that game when you got Alabama playing Texas A&M? I said I would not pass up a HBCU homecoming for that. Yeah,
those people want those kids have already said they want to see Deion Sanders. They want to see Jackson State. Mm-hmm. He might, if he don't get both of them, he might get one of them.
They actually committed to Alabama State. Well, not committed, but they have Alabama State on their list. So they're coming for Alabama State, but they chose the Jackson State game to go to, to see the Alabama State program.
I've said this before, SWAC. I see Jackson State, Southern, Grambling, Jackson State, FAM. I see them getting a 5-star.
Yeah.
Next year. I see it happening.
Definitely FAMU. Man, listen, man. I could definitely see FAMU getting one. Man.
Huh?
I said I could definitely see FAMU getting a 5-star player.
Yeah. The main thing with FAM now is FAM has got to upgrade in the offensive line and the defensive line. If they don't do it, Jackson State gonna do the same thing they did to them in Miami. They got to upgrade the offensive line, defensive line. Okay, especially that defensive line. To me personally, I think that defensive line in FAM is too small. Now I love that Jim Hunt and what's the name? They finally took that cast off his hand, the one that everybody's talking about. I'm talking about the guy that was the Buck Buchanan Award winner, Land.
Yeah.
They finally taken that cast off.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they got the ball. Now, this whole thing about FAM going back to the playoffs, it might happen. I just don't see it. Because to me, FAM don't have a playoff type team.
Yeah.
Because I tell everybody, man.
Look like we got a call.
Last year, FAM had it. Okay, FAM had everything but a quarterback. That's what they didn't have.
All right, let's see who this is. Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me. Hello?
What's up, Sweatbug? This is Malachi.
What's going on, Malachi?
Not much. How are y'all doing? What's up, Mr. Ford?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. So, I do have a question, real quick. Give me a second. So, I was just listening. You said, like, if the SWAC doesn't get, like, better coaches and stuff, they're going to keep getting rolled by, Deion Sanders and Jackson State. I agree. So, My question is, I forgot his name, but the person that Gremlin hired from Baylor, but they let go.
Art Browse.
If he would have stayed at Art Browse, do you think if he would have stayed at Gremlin, that this offense would have looked way more high powered than what it actually is doing right now?
Yeah, because to me, I see from day one, I never thought the Hawkins kid was the best kid. Now, I don't like how they're doing that boy from that sign with Syracuse. To me, they're not giving him a chance. That boy, the little freshman that came in from Orlando, he sparked the team. Not only did the offense play better, he sparked the defense. And listen, I've been watching Art Browse for years. I know Art Browse know his stuff, man. I've been watching him for years. See, I remember when Art Browse was at the University of Houston. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was Gramblin's my school, I would tell them people to kiss my butt. I would bring Art Browse back. I'm serious, man. I don't mean to be disrespectful. But if
no, it ain't disrespectful. You telling me?
Yeah, if I could go back and get Art Browse, if I was Jackson, I'd go back and get Art Browse. I'll tell them people, look, you go on with that. We want him. That's who we gonna have. Cause let me tell you something. Like I said, that
they don't want that blowback.
To me, I don't understand how they doing him.
Yep. Because if they had Art Browse, their offense would be humming way more. And they would know who their quarterback is. And let me
tell you, Art would play three. Art would play three, and he would play all of them to do what they do best. That's kind of offensive mind he is. He'd have three of them.
Yep. I think they don't want the blowback though. That's what it is. They don't want all that attention.
If I was them, I'd go back. I'd re-offer him, man. I'd go back. I wouldn't care what.
So SWAC does have a point though, but me, if I was them, I'd bring him back.
I'd bring him back.
I'd bring him back because you went out there and got all this talent. You had a defensive end. We haven't forgot you had a defensive end. Throw the Jackson State hat off the table and choose your school. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like you got way too much talent to be, subpar. Gremlin, they really need next year. They really need to do some soul searching because they got way too much talent. They really do. But that's all.
Listen, like you said, now my thing is, Hugh worked for Marvin Lewis. What? You ain't talking to Marvin Lewis? Yep. You ain't talking about being an analyst or coming down to help? And y'all worked together in Cincinnati. Marvin was the head coach. He was the offensive coordinator. Then he brought him back again after he left.
I think people keep forgetting that Marvin Lewis went 10-6 for 5 or 6 years with Cincinnati. Yeah. Nobody talk about that, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you for letting me call in.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, my score for tomorrow, I got if they playing on their phones and stuff, it's gonna be 40. It's gonna be 49-7. But if they come in there pissed off, hey, somebody saying Arthur Miller some some text message saying that he sucks or something. If they come in there pissed off, it's gonna be 70-21. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah,
all right,
you're right. Yeah, you're right about that.
Let me get to the next caller. Hold on just a second. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
What's going on, Sweat Bud? This is HBCU Overdrive, Doc Holiday.
What's going on?
Mr. Paul, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. Man, I'm good. I'm trying to pregame before my birthday tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I with the last caller with Grambling, and this is what I saw when I went to that game on when they played Prairie View last week.
Right.
They like John Simon don't have no type of innovation for his play caller, his offensive play caller. And like I said, if you would have kept Art Browse, even with the blowback, because it don't matter what the blowback is.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There's a lot of people at the game that was Grambling alum said they should have kept Art Browse because
I'm telling you, John
Simon is not the one. He's more of your running backs receiver coach. He's not that type of dude to have some sort of mindset, offensive mindset, innovation to call, to call plays.
Right.
And then with Alabama State, I do like their offense. Like they do have a three-headed monster and running back.
Right.
But in order for Bama State to actually be somewhat competitive, they have to take those training wheels off of Demetrius Davis. But also Demetrius Davis has to be able to stay on the field, you know what I'm saying, and not get injured or, you know, not get those tick-tack injuries that you would get like a arm or your foot or something like that. That's my only thing, because they have the defense. That defense is one of those defenses where they just, they bring their lunch pail, they know who they are, and they're not going to change for anything else. They do, because they are like third or fourth in the SWAC in total defense. So I mean, it could be a good game, but SWAC, I already know. I already said I told on my show I'm giving them 63 to 13.
63. Wow, man.
That's my score for the game.
Y'all,
hey, bro.
Y'all think it's gonna be a massacre?
Bro, look. Hey, I already told them. Hey, y'all already in black. Tell your mama to bring that black dress, because it's gonna be a funeral at that game.
Oh wow.
Y'all, it's 26,000 people. Half of it is us, because y'all couldn't even sell it. You used us to sell out your homecoming. Come on now.
Right.
But that was smart, though. That was smart to bring Jackson.
It was smart. Don't get me wrong. It was smart.
That was smart.
It was smart.
You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug your YouTube channel to the people in the chat.
Okay, man. My YouTube channel is HBCU Overdrive with Doc Holliday. I do basically, I have a show format every day except on Wednesdays, because I'm on HBCU Nightly with Josh on Twitter. So today I did my I Love Friday show. I was supposed to be an interview with Isaiah Guthrie, but we had a little switcheroo, so I will be interviewing him on Monday night at 7:30. So everybody tune in.
Okay. Put a link to your YouTube channel in the chat, and one of the mods, can y'all pin his YouTube channel?
I got you. I'll do it right now.
All right, man. Well, appreciate the call.
Y'all. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, have a good night, then.
Yep.
You too.
All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, 657-390-4814. Y'all want to call in, give your thoughts on the game this weekend. We got a few games this weekend. FAMU versus South Carolina State. We got Alcorn versus Valley. Jack State versus Alabama State. It's pretty much going to be the big game everybody's looking at. But I think we're going to have a bunch of good games tomorrow.
That's right. We loaded. SWAC is loaded with good games tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact, I respect Alabama State for bringing in Jackson. Listen, everybody's talking about the game. Like you said, it's I think it's ESPN3. It's sold out. Hey, what more can you ask for? I love this kind of stuff.
All right, we got another call coming in. I wonder what games will be on HBCU Go. I'm going to have to look that up and let y'all know. What's going on, Caller? You live? Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All I can say is just go JSU, baby. I'm a few hours away from there. I'm at the house. I'm getting prepared to get down to Alabama State, and all I got to say, I'm down in Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm like 2.5 hours away. So all I got to say is, man, hey man, what's going on, sir? It's gonna be it's gonna be a game. They're gonna remember. All we remember is that picture they put up on they billboard Jumbotron a couple of years ago and stuff. Even though we got them last year, and but you said one thing that was smart, that they booked this on homecoming, because let me tell you how much money they're gonna make, a couple of million easy.
Yeah,
they did something that was so unique this year. I called Alabama State because I was asking about some more tickets, but everything was sold. But this year, I can say this year, but this game, they sold parking spots every parking spot they sold. It's normally free the park, or you pay one fee when you get. They sold every parking spot this year.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Making money.
Oh yeah.
They doing the right way.
That's how deep. That's how deep they went this year. But it is, and Deion said it is a money game. When we coming in the house and you do things differently, because they could have easily. The coach said it kind of fell on the schedule like that. No, you could have put Mississippi Valley State for your homecoming. That would have been a better game for you to do than a
Right.
Jackson. But y'all,
Right.
but y'all knew what y'all was doing, and
Yeah.
and you go pay for that. You go remember that for what you did it for. So it's gonna be a beautiful situation tomorrow, man. I'm excited, man. Just all I want us to do is take one quarter, one play at a time. Everybody lock in and do what they need to do. We got enough receivers. We got enough defensive ends. We got enough linebackers, DBs, all the safeties. We got a lock stock, first team, second team. And all I gotta say is they're gonna put their money where their mouth is. They're gonna remember this homecoming. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh yes, they will. It's a classic.
Are you going to the tailgate?
It's gonna be. Oh yeah, I'm leaving Atlanta at 6 a.m.
Oh, 6 a.m. Okay, so you're gonna get there early.
I'm leaving at 6 a.m. Yeah, I'm just gonna get down there early just to navigate and see what's going on early and stuff like that. And but I don't want to play around because they said literally that you can't even park at the stadium. No, I mean unless you got that reserved ticket, it's like a big area where you're gonna have to park. Because I wasn't able to get there. I didn't know about it. I should have had my ticket at the beginning of the season, but they you got to park in a big area, and they're gonna have like these little shuttles to take you down to the stadium.
Yeah. Really, this game should have been at least ESPNU or ESPN2. This game, I mean, I'm all right with ESPN3, but I think it should have been U or ESPN2.
Now, I just can't wait to in Jackson State say, you know what, enough of this. We broker our own deal and the way we want to do it because we that powerhouse. We can demand how we want to do our games.
Right.
We have our own our own media team to follow us to every game, whether it's home or whether it's away. We got our own big media team, and whoever want to buy our media coverage, I mean you can. But we had an option also too to where we able to put it on like a JSU network, man, because everybody unfortunately ain't seeing it on cable, man. It's just crazy, man. And but
hey, SWAC, did you see what Miss Mary 305 said? She said the HBCU go game is Grambling versus Alabama A&M.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that should be a good. Now what time?
That'll be the first. That'll be
1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a 2 o'clock game. Well, 2 Eastern. So that'll be the first game.
Yeah, that's right.
So that'll be good for everybody to watch.
I'm watching. I think I'm gonna stay with that FAMU, South Carolina State, and then I'm gonna jump to Jackson and Alabama State. I think that's 3, isn't it?
Yeah. So the FAMU and South Carolina State game be going on at the same time the Grambling game is going on.
Right. So I'm gonna start off with FAMU, and then I'm gonna go to Jackson. And I wonder who is Tiffany and Jay gonna do that Jackson Alabama State game, right? Who's gonna
probably
do that?
So yeah, if it's on ESPN3, I'm pretty sure they are.
That's right.
Yeah.
I got a question for you brothers, man. This is the sad thing about it. Why ain't nobody talking about Alabama A&M this year?
They haven't been nothing to talk about.
They just won their first game last week. Now, hopefully, they gonna get it going.
I mean, it's just the honest truth.
Ever since Maynard opened his mouth up about Jackson State, and we came down there and roasted them, they ain't been doing nothing since. And if you look back to that,
he been trying though. He tried in the offseason. He tried to get a bunch of good players, but I just don't think they panned out.
And the thing now, I just hope he doesn't fall for that mess about leaving and going to North Carolina A&T. Because the thing is that the alums, they want to fire Sam Washington. He's the scapegoat. And they want to bring in Cornell Maynard back to A&T. That's his alma mater. But I hope he doesn't leave. Because that's an ambush.
You said something about leaving?
Well, A&T's alumni is not happy with their present coach. Matter of fact, they're trying to get him fired. And they want Maynard to take his place.
But don't you think the A&M
would that be a better situation though?
Yeah, that's what I'm just about to ask.
Or as far as the whole thing, do they got the money back in like Alabama A&M is putting in the Maynard?
No, I've said this over and over. You listen. North Carolina A&T is going to be playing Villanova. Villanova spends $58 million on athletics. North Carolina A&T spends $16 million. Now, SWAC, I've been hollering at for the last 6 months, and they are making Sam Washington a scapegoat because of some stuff that the administration and the athletic director did. First, they put them in the Big South. Okay, now they jumping up saying next year they go into the CAA. All that stuff is bad. And now the kids in that part of the country, they don't want to go to A&T anymore. That recruiting has gone way down. Because I done told y'all, before Deion touched down in Jackson, Mississippi, the toast of black college sports was North Carolina A&T. They were good in football, girls basketball, men's basketball, baseball, track and field. Their track and field program was like number 4 in the nation with the power conferences. So they made a bad mistake, and now they got to blame Sam Washington, and now they want. And I just hope that Maynard does not leave A&M, but I know that's his school. I understand.
I just can't see it because of everything that he put in Alabama A&M, and because of where it's located, and then the buzz. Even though they're not having a good season, the buzz that he's built around there for years to come, and then you starting to get some 4 stars or 5 stars looking at that program.
Yeah,
if he left,
I'm gonna be
Alabama
honest.
A&M is going straight down.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I feel like the A&T job is a better job than Alabama A&M when you think about it. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like that they pay in the CAA.
Money, but the moves they're making are not good. From leaving the MEAC and going to the Big South, that wasn't a good move. Then you turn around and now you say you're going to the CAA. That's not going to work.
You don't think so? Then they have better facilities than Alabama A&M, right? You got to think about that too. You got to think about facilities and things like that. That comes
Alabama
into play.
A&M just opened up a brand new arena gymnasium.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's really
the
nice.
Stadium holds over 20,000. Well, you know what? That's something I need to research. That's a good homework assignment.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say, listen now, Alabama State and Alabama A&M, their facilities are not bad.
No, they're not. They're improving. They're improving a lot.
Bad. Huh?
They're improving a lot.
Nice facility. When I went, they got a nice facility.
Yeah, because I'm thinking now, Alabama A&M, their stadium hold. Because last year when they played Jackson State for their homecoming, they held 27,000. It was 27,000. They got the new arena.
Thank you for the call. I'm gonna get to the next person.
Okay,
go ahead, Ms. Ford. Finish that. Finish what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm saying Alabama A&M and Alabama State, they got some nice athletic facilities now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some nice ones.
Texas Southern just got new locker rooms too. What's going on, Carly? What's going on, Carly? You're live. Talk to me.
Texas Southern is a sleeping giant. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Yeah. What's going on, Carly? Live. Talk to me.
SWAC Buzz, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, this is Jerome from Charlotte. Mr. Ford, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. So I just wanted to, comment on the previous conversation. I honestly feel like the A&M job is a better job than A&T.
Yeah,
for a couple of reasons. When you look at the amount of pressure, in my opinion, that A&T has on its football program, I don't think Maynard will want to go into that because they have such lofty goals. In my opinion, they're a bit out of touch in a way, because I think A&T, they have the expectation of not only dominating the Big South this season, but going into the CAA and dominating. And, those goals are just too lofty, given what, I guess, the HBCU renaissance we're in right now. And I agree with Mr. Ford, a lot of these kids, it's kind of hard for A&T to recruit because when you got this platform that HBCU conferences have, those kids want to play in a Celebration Bowl. They want to get an opportunity.
Yes, they do.
And, as far as facilities, man, in my opinion, A&M has a better football stadium than A&T. It's a lot newer, a lot more modern and larger. I'd say the locker rooms are pretty much on par with each other. But, yeah, I mean, to me, he just has more autonomy at A&M because, prior to funding, they weren't winning like that. And just the fact that he was able to have some success, he's bought himself quite a bit of time. if he were to go to A&T and he weren't successful in the first 2 seasons, yeah, they're gonna get rid of him. So,
yeah, because listen, A&T's people are like Southern and Jackson and Fam. They are not patient. You got to come in winning, and you can't come in as a novice. You got to be a championship coach, because if you don't, they don't respect you from the beginning.
Yep.
You can't be a new guy and go to Fam, go to Jackson, go to Southern, go to Grambling. You got to have a championship pedigree. Your resume must say that you are a champion. If not, because let me tell you something. When you talk about Jackson State, Grambling, Southern, FAMU, North Carolina A&T, I've been around those people. Those are very knowledgeable people when it comes to football. They ain't just going to them games. They can sit down. Let me tell you a story now. I don't want to hog up the conversation. I was talking to some people from Jackson State today, ladies. You know what they told me? They said they want South Carolina State to win the MEAC, because I was telling them the way it looked, it's going to be Jackson and North Carolina Central in the Celebration Bowl. They said, they want South Carolina State to come back so that Jackson State can clown on them at that Celebration Bowl. Now, this women.
Yep.
This women now.
Everybody wants South Carolina State.
They want South Carolina State back.
Absolutely. And, and we're scheduled to play them next year in Atlanta.
Right, in Atlanta.
But we definitely want to get them, we got some payback for them.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me. They want to get them.
But
they want to get them.
But y'all know they pretty much starting off fresh in the MEAC, because I think their conference play just now starting. Like for everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
So everybody,
6 teams, right?
Yeah, it's only 6 teams. So they're gonna have 6 games going against the MEAC. So hey, it's a fair game now. Anybody can win it.
Yeah.
Anybody can win
From what I've seen so far, the best team is Central.
Yeah.
I know they took the whooping from Campbell and all that, but I've seen them 2 or 3 other times. They the best team I've seen. But like I said, them ladies told me today they want South Carolina State back. Yeah. They want a rematch.
Like to me, I guess the disappointment so far from that conference has been Norfolk State. They had a pretty solid first season under Coach Odoms. To me, it seems like they're kind of regressing. But I'm with you. I think it's going to come down to North Carolina Central and South Carolina State. I wouldn't be surprised if that new coach who came over from Bowie to Morgan. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, that guy's good, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he upsets one of them this year.
Huh?
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if Morgan upsets, Central or South Carolina State.
I think Morgan's going to be good.
Isn't it Damon Wilson?
Yeah.
That guy's good, man. He knows what he's doing, and he's got a solid staff.
I think they're gonna run. They're gonna run that conference in a couple of years, I believe.
That's right. They're gonna run it, man. Yeah.
And Morgan, man, they got a beautiful stadium. The university is growing by leaps and bounds. That's definitely an institution overall outside of football that folks want to pay attention to.
I didn't realize Morgan was that big. They had 13,000 students.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something. If you want to do some really interesting stuff, go back and read about Morgan history. Morgan was a dominant black college power for many, many years. And after this guy, the guy Banks, after he let it go, they went down. But this guy, Damon Wilson, I think he's going to bring them back.
Oh, yeah. Now, as far as tomorrow, I'm really, really interested in the South Carolina State FAMU game, just to kind of see how their offense matches up with FAMU's defense. In a way, though, I feel like South Carolina State, their bugaboos, no matter how good they are, their bugaboos tend to be FAMU and A&T. Even when South Carolina State clearly had the better program, it just seems like FAM and A&T got mind control over them. So that might play a factor as well.
And the other thing too is now it depends on that boy that's quarterback. Isn't it Fields? Is it what's his first name? What's that Fields kid name at South Carolina? Now, if he come out blazing, South Carolina State is tough. Now, in that Celebration Bowl, remember, he looked like trash in the first half. Then the second half, he was making them NFL throws. Now, if he comes out playing, that's when South Carolina, they play off of him. That Fields kid, I'm sorry, I don't know his first name.
Corey Fields.
Yeah. Listen, if he comes out blazing, it's going to be a great game. But if he comes out, like a day's ago, no efficiency, FAM's going to blow them out.
Oh, yeah.
What he needs to do, he needs to go to Shaq Harris I mean Shaq Davis. I'm sorry.
Oh
Shaq
yeah,
Davis.
yeah. Listen, them two, the one that clowned on Jackson last year, that boy is an NFL guy.
Oh yeah, he definitely getting
was
drafted.
it number one?
Yeah.
What was his number?
Shaq Davis,
That boy
number one.
He's an NFL kid, man. That kid's
Now,
about 6'5" and can do it, man.
Go ahead, Jerome.
Does it seem like, Prairie View has gotten a little bit better from last year?
Oh, they have. Yeah, I think, and I like what he's doing. See, what he's brought back game management, not all that throwing every play and all of that. And see, he's gonna shock some people. Because let me tell you something, Prairie View has money. I know y'all told me to stop talking about money all the time, but Prairie View at one time was spending the most money on athletics of any of the SWAC schools. What he's come in and done, he's given them an agenda. It's a ball control offense. They playing stout defense, excellent special teams. You can win championships like that.
Right.
You can win championships like that.
Davis was check out.
Now, do y'all see them clowning on Southern tomorrow?
I would favor them.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm hoping.
I know that Southern's gonna play because that kid, what's his name, is back. Dumas is back, and when Dumas plays, they're a different team when he plays. But I would favor Prairie View.
I want Southern to
Prairie
win.
View, yeah. Now the only thing is, if Southern cannot stop that Prairie View rushing attack, they're gonna get run out the building.
Yeah.
They got to stop them from running because Prairie View coming with 4 and 5 backs, and they keep them backs fresh. And that offensive line is not bad. It's a good offense. It's not that like Jackson, them big pro-looking guys, but they're bruisers and they play hard.
I want
It just kind of makes me wonder.
I want Southern to win because I want them to come in hot and I want them to come in confident when they play Jackson State, so the fan base can really travel. Well, they're going to travel well, but if they come in winning,
you're right.
they're really going to
anyway.
travel. So
listen, I've said this over and over. That Southern Jackson State rivalry, that's one of the best rivalries in the country, regardless of HBCU, FCS, and all that. That's one of the top rivalries in the country.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the top rivalries in the country.
But it just it makes you wonder what Southern team is going to show up tomorrow, because they put up a lot of points on Florida Memorial and UAPB,
Pine Bluff, and all of them.
Yeah, but it is kind of like the both of those programs are kind of subpar. So I think tomorrow we'll really find out what this Southern team looks like. I think I'm not going to say they're evenly matched up. Yeah, I'm not going to say they're evenly matched up with Prairie View, but we'll see. Now, as far as that Jackson Alabama State game. I honestly feel like it's going to be kind of a duplicate of what we saw in Huntsville. They're going to play a complete 4 quarters tomorrow. You can tell just from watching some of the practice videos that are on YouTube, these guys are really focused. They got a game plan, and they had a week off last week. So, it's very similar to what happened last year. We had a week off prior to going to Huntsville, and I think they're on a mission. I don't think it's going to be remotely close in the first half, but I just want Coach Palm not to take his foot off the gas, which I'm pretty sure he will. It's going to be a statement win.
Well, listen, let me say this now. If Alabama State stays close to first half, I'm satisfied. I'll be honest, I'm satisfied. If they stay close that first half, I'm satisfied. If they can do what Grambling did, just stay with them a half, I'm good.
Let me say this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Yeah, we got over 259 people. We only got 120 likes. Let's get the likes up to 200. Y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Go ahead, Ron.
I was just saying, it makes you wonder though. Bama State. It seemed like they performed pretty decent against UCLA, and then they struggle with Miles, which that Miles doesn't have a good program this year.
Right.
I know their coach went to Tuskegee. And they kicked a bunch of field goals from what I was told versus Texas Southern. So it's like, are they any good?
They got some players now. They got some players. But here's the thing. Remember, guys, and I told everybody this. Jackson State was making all them boss moves during the offseason. You bring in Tim Brewster. You bring in Mike Zimmerman. Okay, you go and get the strength and conditioning coach from the University of Georgia. All of these moves that you make, nobody has matched those moves. That's why I say again, if Bama State can stay close for a half, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I think that strength and conditioning coach really changed the game for them.
Yeah.
Because when you can outlast everybody.
You go and get this. You go get Mike Zimmerman. Everybody knows who Mike Zimmerman is. You go and get Tim Brewster. He talking at the top players in the nation, bringing them to Jackson, Mississippi. Nobody else is doing that.
Right.
So that's why I say if Alabama State can stay with Jackson a half, I'm happy.
Let me ask y'all this real quick. Hold on, Jerron. Let me ask y'all this real quick. Y'all know the talk about Kennesaw State going to Conference USA has ignited the FBS talk in the HBCU world again. So what do y'all think about that?
Well, now, I just found out today, Kennesaw State, I got to go back and research it again. Kennesaw State has more students than the University of Georgia, the Kirby Smart University of Georgia.
They got like 35,000.
Yeah. And they're growing by leaps and bounds. They listen, that guy, he runs that triple option. See, now, his name is Bohannon. When I was in high school, his dad was a big-time high school coach in a place called Griffin, Georgia. They was super, man. It was Griffin and Valdosta, Georgia. Those were the two super high school programs at the top level. But I'm going to tell you something now. When he brings that triple option to the Conference USA, they're going to have problems. Because let me tell you something. That thing is hard to deal with because it calls for so much discipline. And a lot of our players today, they don't have the discipline.
Back off of that.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I just Googled it. Kennesaw State's enrollment is 39,000.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and a lot of people may not, understand what that equates to, but when you're talking about athletic budgets, that are generated from, of course, student athletic fees, that's a big deal,
Yeah.
So,
if
any of our HBCUs are looking to, I know, Mr. Poole, you always talk about how you've got to make sure you got the money right. You got to make sure the enrollment is up, so that those student athletic fees can assist with, aiding and building that budget. But 39,000 students, that's a lot.
But the strange thing, they got all those students, but they only average like 6,000.
On that stadium on the whole rate. I think the stadium on the whole rate.
That's terrible.
They played A&T last year here at Kennesaw State, and all the fans was from A&T.
Yep.
All the fans was from A&T.
So they don't really care about their football program, what it looks like.
What they could do is they could rent the Braves Stadium. They've done that before. When they bring in the really big teams that's going to bring a following, they can rent Truist Park, where the Atlanta Braves play. They could rent that. But let me tell you something. They're going to have the infrastructure out there to make sure that Kennesaw State is successful. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, listen, and I got to digress right here. Let me say this. And somebody just said about Morgan State is getting a medical school. And let me just say this, guy. I know y'all get tired of me saying this. Let me say this now. Jackson State, Texas Southern, FAMU, Southern University, North Carolina A&T, all them black schools should have a medical school. Now, let me say this to all y'all who always talking about Mr. Ford, you ain't got no business saying that. Where, especially in the South, where is it that black people are not sick? Where is it show me a place where we're not suffering from diabetes, cancer, and heart attacks and all that. Right. And I'm going to say this again. Jackson State should have a medical school. Southern University should have a medical school. Texas Southern should have a medical school. Florida A&M should have a medical school. And that North Carolina A&T should have a medical school. Now, I'm through with it, but I know y'all going to have something to say about it. But I'm just saying, I'm so happy that Morgan is doing that, but the other schools need to follow Morgan State.
Yep.
You said the truth thing.
I'm going to tell you that what's going on with Morgan State, they, of course, won that lawsuit with the state of Maryland.
Right.
And, they've been able to utilize a lot of those winnings to not only upgrade their facilities on campus, but to add a program like a medical school. Because it costs a lot of money to bring in a medical school. But when you win those, those big lawsuits, it'll afford you to have that type of program. But
listen, now, let me ask you this. Now, I just heard that the state of Tennessee is going to give Tennessee State $200 million. They can't start a medical school. And somebody told me that FAMU students, they suing the state of Florida for $1.3 billion. They can't start a medical school if they win.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, like $200 million, in my opinion, that's a slap in the face, considering what they deserve. Similar to that Ayers case,
that's
with
true.
the Mississippi school, we only got $500 million. We had to split that up 3 ways, and we had stipulations to even get that. So I'm with FAMU. Like $1.3 billion is definitely worth, what these HBCUs are deserved. But kind of, getting back to, Kennesaw State, they're very much new money, like they were a nobody about 20 years ago. And, a lot of the money that was supposed to be allotted to Savannah State, Fort Valley, Albany, that money has been shifted to the likes of a Georgia State and Kennesaw State.
See, I'm tired of that,
they
though.
just don't have that.
It's like that in every state, it looks like. It's look like every state, they're funneling the money from the HBCUs to these other schools, and they're building their programs up and becoming FBS schools. Like Coastal Carolina was a freaking community college. They got all that South Carolina State money, and now they're FBS school.
Yep.
That's crazy to me.
That's right. Yeah.
Something need to be done about that.
Coastal Carolina didn't become a college until 1974.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing here in Charlotte. When you look at UNC Charlotte, 20 years ago, I mean, to see where they are now, it's crazy. And nobody can tell me, that the state of North Carolina, they've done a great job supporting the public HBCUs, but you can clearly tell a lot of that money was funneled into UNC Charlotte. So much so, they're projected to be the largest school within like the next 5 years. And they're already an FBS program. It's crazy. So, but yeah, tomorrow, man, I feel like it's going to be a whole movie. It's Jackson State's Homecoming Part 1. I'm looking forward to it.
Y'all trip me out with that. That's crazy. Y'all calling their homecoming, y'all homecoming. That's funny.
Hey, that's going to be a biggie.
Absolutely. But you know what? More so than anything, it's going to be a great look for Black college football.
Right. That's that's right.
I just absolutely love to see when our best games are on television in some capacity, because I'm with Coach Fromm. We gotta stop, televising these games with like empty stadiums. So to see all the pageantry and to see all these HBCU fans, the fans, it's gonna be a great look.
And listen, I hope we can get 40,000 or 50,000 down in Jacksonville next week when FAMU goes to. When Jackson goes to Jacksonville to play Bethune-Cookman. I'm hoping. I know it's a 1 o'clock game or a 12 o'clock game, but I'm hoping that we can get at least 35,000 to 40,000 in that stadium.
Yeah, they're gonna be standing up. It's gonna be standing room only, probably.
Oh yeah. I know tomorrow's gonna be standing. A guy told me today that Alabama State has already told the press that they will not be able to get their usual accommodation on the field because they're gonna have people on the field. It's gonna be standing room only tomorrow.
Oh, they're gonna have people on the field?
Yeah, I think they want people on the field
So I wonder how much of those tickets to be on the field. So you telling me they're gonna have regular people on the field?
Yeah, and they got a grassy knoll area where they when it's an overflow.
Yeah,
they sit them up on like a little hill, like.
Yeah, I know that.
You people in Alabama State, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a area. Cause see, the biggest game in the history of that stadium was a game with Tuskegee. I believe tomorrow is gonna break that record. They're gonna break that record because the biggest game in that stadium is a game they had, I think, with Tuskegee. They're gonna break that record tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to have regular people on the field. We'll see.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have regular people because they said they've already let the media know that they're not gonna have the access they usually have. You said, Mr. Ford, what are your thoughts on Coach Dance? Of course, I want him to stay. I just feel like I think he needs some more coaching help on the offensive side. I like how Jackson State goes out and get these analysts and, get these NFL people. That's what I want Dancer to do too. Go get you some analysts and go get you some NFL people, especially on the offense.
Yeah, it's just hard getting them to go to the Delta. Getting them to go to
now,
NBSU.
one thing about an analyst, you actually don't have to be at the school. It's kind of like what's his name? Mike Zimmerman. He's not in Jackson, is he?
I'm not totally sure.
No, I don't think he's in Jackson. I think he's in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
But he's doing his analysis of films and practices and all that in Dallas.
Oh, okay. So basically, he just watched the film and tell the coaches what his suggestions. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he does. Because you remember now, he was Deion's DB coach when he was at Dallas. That was his position coach, was Mike Zimmerman.
Okay, that's easy money. You just get to sit at home, watch film.
Oh, yeah.
Give your suggestions and get paid.
Listen, the only thing that killed Mike Zimmerman in Minnesota was that guy, Kirk Cousins. They kept giving him all that money for nothing. He never produced. He always, anytime was a big game in the playoffs, he froze up. That's what got Zimmerman fired. You remember Kirk Cousins? Y'all remember that name?
Yeah, I never liked Kirk Cousins.
There you go. That's who killed Zimmerman's career with the Vikings. That's who hurt him.
Because I want to say RG3 took his spot, right? Because wasn't he on?
That's right. Yeah,
he was on the Redskins first.
RG went first round, and he came in maybe second or third. Because RG came from Baylor. He came from Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
He came from Michigan State. But let me tell you something. Minnesota has spent so much money on him, and he has not produced. He has not produced.
Zimmerman nephew was on the JSU staff. Oh, that's dope.
Oh, okay.
That's dope.
Ooh.
Getting some experience.
Yeah.
We got another call coming in. Let's see who this is.
Okay.
Oh, it's the mayor, y'all. What's going on, Mayor Lumumba?
Yes, sir. Doing pretty good. Look, I got a statement and a question that I want to ask. Okay, I was thinking about what Deion and Jack State could do to help the SWAC school and all HBCUs, gain prominence. And my thought on that was to make a run in the playoffs next year. And if they dominate these PWIs or these, FCS playoff schools, how would that affect the look for HBCUs for potential recruits? Would that help out putting the HBCUs in a greater spotlight than it's already at?
Well, did you want me to answer that, SWAC, you want to take?
Well, I'll be brief. I don't think Coach Prime care. He already said he don't care about the FCS playoff because it don't pay nothing. And I think if Jackson State just dominate everybody, they blowing people out 60 points, you're not gonna have any choice but to respect them. So you go ahead, Ms. Ford.
Now listen, I think Deion is doing all he can do. Now the other person that's in this equation that we don't talk about, who is ultra important, is Dr. Charles McClellan. What Mississippi Valley, what Pine Bluff, what Bethune-Cookman, those schools need, they need money. And I'm going to say this again. A lot of people get mad when I say this. The SWAC has to copy the revenue sharing plan of the NFL. I know somebody said they are giving Mississippi Valley, but listen, we got to give them more money. We got to give them more money. Okay? The other person that's got to come up with more ideas, because like I tell everybody, Deion is doing all he can do. It's time for the SWAC office to stand up. It's time for them to step up. It's time for them to come up with ideas. That's what you pay them for. And all the money, 40% of the money can't go to the SWAC office. A lot of that money got to go to Valley. That money got to go to Bethune-Cookman. That money got to go to Pine Bluff. We can't get around that. We got to come up with more money for these member institutions.
Right.
I have one last question about the TV deal. With the HBCU Go, how does that break down as far as for every school inside the SWAC? And do you think there's another potential? If that's not enough, do you think there's another network out there that potentially could bring more money to the SWAC as far as TV revenue?
You got SWAC?
Yeah, I'll be quick. So I want them to get with a big streaming giant, and then have HBCU Go be the secondary, because that's how it is now. So HBCU Go is the secondary streaming service. So if ESPN comes along and say, "Hey, we want this game," they'll give the game to ESPN, and then if it's not going to be on ESPN, they'll give it to HBCU Go. But the problem has been HBCU Go quality looks better than the ESPN. So it's like, why are we going to ESPN when we have a HBCU service that looks even better? So I would like to see them get with a big streaming giant to have their games on there. That's, because you got Apple, you got Apple, HBO, you got Amazon. These people have millions and millions and millions of subscribers. So you could put our games out there. People like to watch football. They'll see an advertisement like, oh, I'm gonna watch that. Let me watch that game. And you just got another viewer to the SWAC. So I think doing stuff like that would be a big help. But I love what HBCU Go is doing. And I know they listening because I know they be listening to the show. So if y'all want me to advertise for y'all, send me some commercials or whatever, and we can work out something and I'll play them on the show. Well, go ahead, Ms. Ford.
Listen, you know what? You just hit it on the head. All I can say is ditto. You spoke for me then. Listen, I agree with everything you said.
Does anyone know the financial breakdown that HBCU Go has, and also ESPN?
They're not gonna let us know that.
Well, that's kind of funny because they have the contracts for like the SEC and these big schools out there, so it's pretty much disclosed right now.
I think the big number was 100.
They will share that information with you because I saw some numbers, but one number I remember was like 120 million.
Yeah, 120 million for 10 years. Yeah,
but they'll share the numbers with you.
But I don't think they'll share how much the schools are getting. Like, I don't think they will share that information.
Okay. Yeah.
I was seeing something on the Roland Martin show when he was talking about the breakdown of, I think he was talking about the HBCU Go breakdown and what every school is actually getting. And I think it came out to like per year, like, $50-some thousand or something. I might be wrong, but I just wanted to ask those questions. I'm not gonna take up too much time, and I appreciate y'all. I look forward to this, and I just hope that I called in last week and said that we're gonna have to leave the SWAC. I would hope that we can bring the SWAC up and get recruits to all of these schools. But at the end of the day, if that doesn't happen in the next 2 or 3 years, we're gonna leave Dion with no choice but to leave. The question is he gonna leave with Jackson State or is he gonna just leave by himself?
That's a good question.
I wanted to take that and I'll listen off the air.
All right, thank you for the call.
All right, y'all have a good week.
All right. Yeah, that's the $1 million question right there. But hey, we can't worry about that. We got to live in the moment.
Not leave. Listen. Let me tell you something. All of the people here that's with A&T, with bated breath, they hate the fact that A&T left the MEAC, and they say it has killed their recruiting.
Yeah. Wait, Mr. Ford, you want to go ahead and close us out?
Hey, listen. All I just want to say is, guys, I'm going to be watching SWAC football all day tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm just going to be looking. Now, SWAC, are you going to do a show tomorrow after the games? Or are you going to wait?
I might try, but I'm going to be busy tomorrow. So my day tomorrow is going to be busy. So I'll let you all know, though.
So we talking about when will you come on the air?
It might have to be Sunday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be looking forward to it. Listen, guys, I'm going to enjoy these SWAC games tomorrow, and I hope that you do the same. Listen, y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank you for calling, Ms. Ford. You're always welcome.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, y'all. That was another show. We had a good one tonight. I hope y'all enjoy the games tomorrow. We got a lot of good ones. I'm hoping that Jackson State could go on ahead and just really show how dominant they are. They don't need to come out sluggish, but I think Alabama State is going to put up a fight in the first quarter. But yeah, man, I'm loving these games tomorrow. Grambling, I want to see them win. Grambling needs to win tomorrow because y'all got this G off the helmet. Y'all still struggling. We definitely need Grambling to get a win tomorrow because it's embarrassing for the G to be in the state they're in right now. And I'm rooting for Hugh Jackson. I want him to be successful at the HBCU level. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to see y'all probably be Sunday, but I'll be doing little updates on Twitter and stuff so we can talk on there. But I'll be checking in with y'all. Thank y'all for watching the show. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed yet. And I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm gone.